Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of GregTech New Horizons. How are you guys doing today? How's life? Did you miss my beautiful eyes? I know, I used to miss them too, but I have a solution. Dying in this modpack gives you your head. It's a stupid solution, I know. Anyways, in between the episodes, I have done a lot. Basically, they don't let you talk. Yes, as I have been trying to say, I have been very busy and I have been trying to go exploration so that I can find a lot of aura nodes from Thaumcraft, which I would say that was pretty successful because I can have access to any type of aspects of Essentia I need for my wand. Of course, I have also been to the Twilight Forest on a very long mining session in order to get iron, galena and nickel. I also gathered a bunch of other ores which I'm not exactly sure if we need them at this very moment, but I thought it's good to have. Basically what I'm trying to say is that we are filthy rich and this is the result of my today's mining. We also have the results of the old mining, so I need to process them too. But then I got to thinking, I spend a lot of time mining. Should I ore dabble? The biggest problem with ore dabbling in the LV age is that the macerator takes 20 seconds to give you 2 ores. That is actually a lot of time, and I thought to myself, I'm not gonna sit there for 20 seconds in order to get 2 ores. I'll just go mining. But then again, as Captain Jack Sparrow would have said, we agree in principle, we're just haggling over price. So yes, ore dabbling makes a lot of sense for me because I have to go mining twice per episode, but how much time am I willing to wait? There are a ton of factors which determine how much time I'm willing to wait, and one of them is actually resources. So in short, I'm willing to wait 4 seconds. Therefore, we are going to have 5 macerators and 5 electric furnaces. And we are going to set them up over here. But you might notice that they're not processing it because I forgot to connect the pipes. So where's my wrench? Yes, there you go. Now they should process it. Each of them is going to consume 2 EU per tick. The turbine is making us 32. With the losses in the cables, that should work. And yes, it does work. Ouch. It does work. Some of you veterans of GregTech might notice a giant flaw with my plan. Some of the ores, like nickel, after being crushed cannot be smelted, because if you smelt them, you'll just get nuggets. It is true that you will get 10 nuggets instead of 9, and that is an added bonus, but converting it back into ingots is a pain, which I'm not gonna do that. So what are the solutions? Well, I can either use a forge hammer in order to convert it into the impure version, and that could be smelted into ingots, but the problem is that the forge hammer consumes 16 EU per tick, which is terrible for us. Another solution is to macerate it one more time in order to get the impure version, which can be smelted, and that only consumes 2 EU per tick. So basically, hi. We have 10 macerators. You might also notice that it has been quite a while later because I had to wait for steel. I used my entire supply on that. But on a positive note, I think it's totally worth it. Oh, and by the way, I did not AFK, I did research on Thaumcraft. And I have unlocked quite a bit of research. We have research mastery, we have node in a jar, we even have arcane infusion, but unfortunately we cannot do it until the MV age. Maybe I should correct myself, HV age. Although we do not have enough steel in order to do everything that I want to do today, there are other things that we have to do, because our main goal for today is to try and get aluminium. So here is what we need to do. We have 2 tasks. One of them is to try and get the aluminium dust, which is a byproduct of a bajillion things, which I think one of those bajillion things is called Fuller's Earth. I have a lot of this ore. Let us see if we will get it. Yeah, actually we do get it. Nice. Then that is exactly what I'm going to do. We need 81 of these. And I literally have stacks and stacks of it everywhere. So that kind of takes care of the aluminium dust, but in order to convert it into an ingot, we need something called an electric blast furnace, which is incredibly painful to craft. But we have to do it anyways. I have prepared some invar, which is a combination of iron and nickel, and according to the questbook we need 11 of the heat-proof machine casing. Oh, and by the way, for the first time I'm actually using 2 turbines for powering the machines. The wires are not connecting, so nothing explodes. This stupid system is not working. I have like 7 machines and 1 turbine, so we need another one. But first things first, let me remove this. It has been bugging me for like 7 episodes, and I should be extremely careful not to mess up the cables. I think we should remove all the machines. Ouch. Oh, this is why my armor breaks. I keep touching that. Okay, this is much better. We have 2 separate lines. Because of the power loss in the cables, we're going to put the machines which are going to consume the most amount of power first. So lathe goes here. I think the bending machine goes next to it. Also, for some reason, we do have a scoop, so let us remove these guys. And also that one. Rocky Princess. Copy. It is not the best setup in the world, but it's not the worst. So making the parts for the electronic blast furnace is ongoing. It's a lot of crafting, but it's not hyper complicated. We already have the controller somewhere and some of the blocks, so we're good on that. The machine casing is made out of invar, which is a new alloy for us, but we also need an alloy of copper and nickel, which so far we have plenty of them, so it's not going to be a problem. Our biggest issue with the blast furnace is how to operate it. I think I need something called a soldering iron. On its own, it's not a very complicated recipe and we can arrange it, but also we need something called soldering alloy wire, which requires something that we don't have. It takes me 5 minutes just to find the recipe, but anyways, we need tin powder, which we have, but we also need antimony, which again, if I come to our quest book, you can see it here. We need to find a vein in the nether called tetrahedrite as a secondary ore that will also give us tipnite with a silent S, hopefully, and that will give us antimony. So I need to find it. I don't really think it's something absolutely necessary to have, but I really prefer to have it on hand just in case. And just in other news, we have 7 aluminium dusts. Actually, if you give me 2 more pieces, which you do, I can have 8. There you go. And just before I forget, yes, I did notice that you can convert the aluminium dust from Tinkers into the aluminium dust from GregTech, but the problem is that the aluminium dust that we have from Tinkers is limited, so I didn't want to waste it. And besides, I'm not in a hurry, I have to wait for steel. Any nasties? No, why am I carrying a dolly? Also, it does spawn in a very terrible location between Y level 80 and 120, so we have to go to the roof. Honestly speaking, I have no idea how I want to do that. Hello? What's going on? That scared me. It's a bat. And he dropped the chest plate. Not that bad. Okay, I think our perimeter has been secured and we can dig up. We are at Y level 63. One thing which has me scared is that if I hit lava right now, it will go down the entire way. I think Y level 100 should be a decent place to dig. I just have to find the ore chunk and I have to be in the center. Oh, this is the center. Okay. Good to know. Yes, this seems to be a decent strategy because we are at Y level 100 and we should run into it very soon. I hope. So you guys get the gist. Let me try and find it and I'll be right back. Yes, tetrahedrite. I know you cannot see it, but it's over there. And we almost missed it by 1 block. Oh, we should dump some of the items. I don't need them. We actually don't need a crazy amount because we just need 1 ingot in order to make 10 alloy. And this is a nether ore, so the output is doubled. In that case, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. We can go back home. Oh goody, it's nighttime. Are we good? Yes, actually there is one more thing that we need and that is called rock salt. I think I just called it salt. We go and find it. And I forgot to mention, the reason that we want rock salt is because we can extract sodium out of it and make batteries. I think for us it's kind of optional, but let us get it anyways. That is... what is that? Okay, he's dead. Oh my goodness. As it turns out, I did not have to dig. I had a tunnel. I don't really know how much is considered to be enough, but we have a decent amount, so maybe we should just go home. Oh, and by the way, this is my tunnels for mining, and it just leads to our home. Okay, I did notice a few mistakes. First off, it's not the rock salt that we need to process, it's the lepidolite ore, and that is not going to give us sodium. It's actually going to give us lithium. And lithium actually makes better batteries, so I'm not that worried. Sodium is from goloconite ore, which we find it in the Twilight Forest. Also, I have crafted most of the parts that we need in order to make the blast furnace, but we are missing a few of the items. One of them is the LV energy hatch, which unfortunately requires lubricant. And lubricant is not a terrible thing to craft, we just make it from creosote oil in a distillery. Which, as it turns out, we have a crazy amount of creosote oil. So here is your creosote oil, and apparently you need program number 4. Don't really know why, but I'm not asking. Lubricant itself is no longer a problem, I will get it anyways. We also need to get something called aluminum silicate wool, which is a combination of ruby dust and silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide was easy peasy because I just put sand inside an electrolyzer and we got 24. And I'm hoping ruby dust comes from ruby ore. And we need a ton of it because we need 16 of the coils. Yeah, we need a ton. Okay, I just noticed that basically means I need thousands of sand, and we only have 15. Well, I do need a lot of sand, but sand is everywhere, so I'm not that worried. I'm extremely tired of waiting for the machines to work, so we need to make a few changes. The first thing that we have to do is to upgrade our steam production. The boilers that you see over here can only make 128 millibuckets of steam per second. The upgraded versions can make 360, so there you go. Oh, and we're losing water. Ew, that's not good. No, the buffer is full, so we're gaining it. Also, once in a while I have to replace the garbage ones because, well, they get calcified. We are gaining steam and that is good. I'm still going to make more boilers later on, but for the moment, we need to upgrade this system. I have a few machines which are consuming between 16 and 30 EU per tick, which is not good. So for instance, if the lathe is working, the alloy smelter is not going to function. And the only solution that we have is that we need to pump in more power, so we're going to have 6 turbines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And obviously all of them are facing the incorrect way. Oh, the cable part faces towards you when you're placing them. Okay, that's good. If we hook up our machines to the generators that you see over there, they are not going to explode because the voltage is 32 EU per tick. That is the amount of energy that these turbines can generate. So yes, we do have 6 turbines which are going to generate us a total of 192 EU per tick. But the energy is being provided in 32 EU packages. But the problem is that my cables are going to catch on fire because each one of them can handle 1 amp. And we are going to transfer 6 amp. So we go with better wires. Oh, it's only 3. Okay, then it's cheap. I'm actually kind of scared of doing this, but we don't have a choice. Let us see. We are still good. Just for testing purposes, here is an alloy smelter. It didn't explode. We can continue with the operation. So the stupid things which are going to consume a lot of EU are going to be first. Yes, finally I can operate 2 machines at the same time. That's good. Steam is not doing great because it's nighttime. So you are my ore washing plant and you also need a crazy amount of EU, so you also come here. Steam is going up. Then we should be fine. I just have to connect all the machines. Now that my stupid power situation has been solved, let us get down to business. Oh, we can make 4. Okay. That's enough. We need to make 2 new machines. One of them is a basic canning machine, and I don't know where to put it, so you go over there. And we also need a fluid canner. We were just missing glass. We're fine. So the fluid canning machine is going to take the lubricant and put it inside the universal fluid cells. And I'm assuming we just need 4 of them in order to make 2 LV energy hatches for the electric blast furnace. Yes, exactly. We just need 2. Of course, this is GregTech. Having lubricant is not going to be enough. We also need LV machine casings. Then of course I need some low voltage coils, which is not expensive at all. It's very cheap. Very good. We have 4, some tin wires, and we should bring the cans. And we also need 1 more circuit. I'm not in the mood of crafting it, so there you go. What am I doing wrong? Well, over here it's called lubricant cell. The one that I have is called universal cell with lubricant. So I don't know, do I need to make a bottler? I'm doing exactly the same thing. Okay, I think I understood this. This is a universal cell from IC2. We just put it in our crafting grid and get the GregTech version. That's still IC2. And I have no idea how that worked, but we got lubricant cell, which works in the recipe. So LV energy hatches. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You need what? You need 3 of them if your electronic blast furnace requires maintenance. That is why we got batteries. So we still need to make the coil blocks, but for that we need aluminum silicate wool, which was a combination of ruby dust and silicon. So here is my ruby dust and we have plenty of silicon. I might need more, I don't know, but that should take care of the electronic blast furnace. Now we need to work towards batteries and soldering iron. I have a bit of antimony here, which I did process, and if we combine it with lead, we should get battery alloy. I need another alloy smelter. Can I use the garbage steam version? Yes, I can, but it's painfully slow. Oh, it gives you 5. That is really nice. Oh, I need a program. So we needed the battery alloy plate in order to make the batteries themselves, but these are empty batteries and we need to fill them with either sodium or lithium. But for the soldering iron, I think it has to be lithium, which brings us to our basic canning machine. We give you 1 battery cell and you need lithium. 2 of them? Yes, and at this very moment I'm just hoping it can be any garbage combination. Yes, we can make it out of iron. Good. I think we also need to charge it up and... battery charger? No, what the heck is a 16 times tin wire? In hindsight, I should have kept some of the tin wires, but I think we have enough. In any case, we have a little bit of this silicate wool. Let us see if we can make the coils. Yes, we can. I just need a ton more sand. So the battery box is 1 circuit, 1 chest, and we have it? I think. So the question is, can I charge it? No. Oh yes, I can. That is good. There was a little bit of delay. It has been hours and hours and hours of grinding. And finally we have it. Technically speaking, we don't have it. We're missing 1 block. But here are the wires. And it's relatively fast, so here are the coils. And yes, we are getting a little bit of extra, but that's not going to be a problem because we're not just going to have 1 electronic blast furnace anyways. That sentence might have been a little bit confusing, but no, today we're just going to have 1, later on we're going to have more. In the MV age. Although now that we have it, we need to set it up. So I'm assuming we're going to set it up over here because we need to power it using 4 turbines. And since my steam production is over here, I don't think we're going to have that many choices. So the controller goes, I don't know, somewhere around here. I think we're going to put the power in the back, like this. We need to have 1 input hatch and 1 output hatch. I'm assuming we can also put the maintenance hatch over here so that it's accessible. And the rest should be the casing. Cool. Of course, we need 2 layers of coils. In the center of the top layer, we should have a muffler hatch, and we have to configure it to the top and just surround it with casings. Are you a multi-block? Yes, and yes, accidentally I made another input hatch. But it's perfectly fine because we can use it later on for another one. Again, this is going to be a very temporary setup because unfortunately I cannot put it anywhere else because I cannot power it anywhere else. So it has to be next to the tank. And it does generate a crazy amount of pollution, but there's nothing I can do about it because we need the aluminium. Another thing that you might notice is that we need a constant supply of 120 EU per tick in order to get one aluminium ingot from the dust. 4 turbines are going to give us 128, so we don't have that much room for errors. Meaning that I can have a turbine here, 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 and here, and one dense cable in the center. Yes, something like this should work fine. It's not going to explode, is it? I am always scared. I think we're fine. We also need to have one extra turbine. I'm going to steal it from here. That is 128 EU. So the blast furnace that we have over here is not going to work. Do you know why? Because it needs maintenance. Pipes and screws are loose, something is stuck, platings are dented, circuitry is burned out, and something doesn't belong there. And one of the main reasons that I made the soldering iron is that we can do maintenance. The circuitry should be fine. Yes, one of the problems is gone. It's just that I don't really know the rest. Is it the wrench? Yes, the wrench also worked. I think I also need a screwdriver, maybe the crowbar. It should be basically any tool that we used in order to make the maintenance hatch. So I'm guessing also a soft mallet and a hammer? Oh yes, it does work. Let us not mess it up. We do one first. We also need a programmed circuit. And I think we have to hit it with a soft mallet. It's on. Oh, 5 seconds out of 65. The machine is running perfectly and it's creating us a lot of pollution. And hopefully in around 25 seconds we shall have aluminium. It should make a noise, right? Aluminium. The first one that we actually made. Oh, I forgot I need 9. Okay. So each of them is going to take 65 seconds. I'll be right back. We have 10 aluminium ingots and this quest is finally complete. And you are going to give me a sword of the cosmos. Apple and potion of strength. Okay, close enough. Oh, we already had 2. Okay. Actually, I do have a decent amount of loot bags from other quests. Maybe we get the sword of the cosmos in them. Fish. I'm not a fan of salad, but that is extra food and that means extra hearts. I was thinking, why am I just getting food? Yes, these are for the food quests. Fertilizer. You gave me poop? Obviously for scientific reasons we have to eat the puffer fish, cause that does have a chance of giving me extra hearts. 32 seconds. I died. Starvation. You know what? I just realized I had 40 levels on me. Well, who cares? We will get more. And I got an extra heart. The reason that I said levels are not going to be a problem is because apparently we can make a mob farm. I really don't know what would be the point of it, but maybe it's just for experience. Also, we have completed the quest for the electronic blast furnace. We are going to take the loot bags and that is going to give me side chests. Is it for me or the donkey? Oh, Steve cards. Glass is nice. And saplings are garbage. Spawn a horse. By getting aluminium, a lot of things have been unlocked for us, including lossless cables, better coke ovens, and a very garbage jetpack, but none of those actually interest me. Well, I should clarify that they do not interest me at this very moment because I'm tired of crafting. I want to do something fun for myself and I want to get my goggles of revealing. The problem is that in order to make it, we need hardened leather and that requires wax, which requires beeswax. I did check some of the honeycombs, you can actually centrifuge it inside LV machines and you can get beeswax. I just missed a few. So basically we are trying to gather bees. Oh, there's an aura node right next to our base. Perdicio. Oh, and by the way, most of my bricks come from here. After walking for 600 blocks, maybe I should have made that stupid jetpack. But anyways, are you charged up? Yes. So you can charge up my wand. Good, 25 of everything. Also, one more thing, I don't need to carry the garbage princesses. You're garbage. You are also garbage. And garbage. I went up ahead and made 2 golden caps for our new wand. The problem is that I noticed that if I upgrade my wand, yes, we are not going to have V penalty when we are crafting, but in order to get a far better wand, we need leech bones. And also obviously stainless steel, which is not going to happen anytime soon, I guess. So we do have the caps, but I'm actually not going to craft it today until I figure out how much V discount we can get with different material. But anyway guys, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.